The 32nd Guam Youth Congress is hereby called to order. And now I'd like to call on Representative Tyron for the prayer. Please stand.
Ginini Tata Ilihinya Jan Espiritu Santo. Amen. Tatan Mami ni gai kau gilangin, umatune ina anmu, umamalai gobiet domu, umafatina si pentomu, zanitano koma gilangin. Na I ham pagu nui kada haani na agan mami, zau na si I ham nui diben mami, taigui I na sisi I dumidi biham siha, zatamu ham pumupulu na infan basna gitenta shon, lo na fen libri ham gitailadzi. Amen. Si Diyos ang naging Maria Bulahau Gracia, si Diyos kay Gizahagu, umatuna ang tritoda si Famalawan sa matunay finanagumo Jesus. Santa Maria Nananzus Tatazuti Marisal Pagu Zani Oran Finatay Mami. Amen. Umatunay Tata Zani Lihinya Zani Espiritu Santo, taiguihi itatuhonya Zan Pagu, Zan Sempri Zani Manyay Hinekuk Nahaani. Amen. This liberation season, we pray for safety. We pray for those who have sacrificed for us, and we pray for that we may embody the sacrificial nature, the bravery and courage of those before us. Santa Maria and Carmelin, Tazazutiham. San Antonio, Tazazutiham. Ginni Tata, Ilihinya, Jan Espiritu Santo. Amen.
And now I'll call on Representative Travis Bloss for the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched, where so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land and of the free and the home of the brave.
And I'll call on Representative Labang for the Guam hymn.
Fanogis Lamoru.
now call on Representative Kineni for the recitation of the Inifresi.
Inifrasi, gini mastaculo gihuna sok, imasaculo gi corazon, zani masfigo nanas nyahu, hu ofrece maisadu, para bai protegi, zan hun defendi, ihenengi, I cultura, I lenguaje, I aire, I hanom, zanitano chumoro. In shaku diretsung in nas duas tata, esti hua fit mangi hilu I biblia, zani banderahu ni banderan guahan.
Thank you. Please be seated. We're now on item 7 of our legislative session agenda, call for approval of the legislative journal. Representative Labang, you're recognized.
Roll call first.
Oh, I'm sorry, I apologize. Yeah, we're on item 6, roll call. Mr. Secretary. Thank you.
Representative Cabrini Uggan, Representative Byron Blas, Representative Travis Blas, Representative Adriana Cruz, Representative Kyle DeHelig, Representative Noel Brandon de Gracia, Representative Lauren Dinsman, Representative Maria De Lohan, Representative Prairie Garrido, Representative Al Labang, Secretary Stephanie Lorenzo, Representative Jewel Maige, Representative Valina Matanani, Representative Janae Pareda, Representative DeMarco Kineni, Representative Tristan Quintanilla, Vice Speaker Jacob Richards, Representative Chelsea Roque, Representative Casey Rosario, Representative Elijah Santos, Representative Javin Santos, Representative Vicente Tyron, Representative Kyla Trinidad, Speaker Christian Valencia, Representative Isabel Valencia. Mr. Speaker, there is a quorum.
Thank you, Mr. Secretary. We're now on item 7 of our session agenda, call for the approval of the legislative journal. Representative Labang, you're recognized.
Mr. Speaker, I move to approve legislative journal dated June 22, 2019, subject to corrections.
There's been a motion to approve the legislative journal for June 22, 2019, subject to corrections. Are there any objections? Seeing as there are none, motion passes. Representative Labang, you're recognized.
Mr. Speaker, there is no communications and petitions.
Okay.
There is also no messages from Imagahag and Guahan. There is a report of standing committee from Chamorro and Culture, the Committee on Chamorro and Culture Affairs.
Representative Quintanilla, you're recognized.
Earlier this month, at the July meeting for the Commission on Decolonization, it was decided tentatively that I, the Youth Congress representative on the Commission on Decolonization, would be sent to join the commissioners for a meeting in New York in October of this year at a currently undecided date. That is all for my report.
Thank you, Representative Quintanilla. Reports of select committees. Seeing as there are none,
There's none.
we'll move on. Introduction and first reading of bills and resolutions. Mr. Secretary, if you could read bill number 21-32.
Bill number 21-32, introduced by Representative Quintanilla, Representative Valencia, Representative Labang, an act to repeal Chapter 10 of Title 19 Guam Code Annotated relative to the master and apprentice law and the indentured servitude of minors on Guam.
Thank you, Mr. Secretary. We're now in motions. Item 13. Are there any motions? Representative Quintanilla? on your Bill 21. Would you like to be recognized?
Mr. Speaker,
Yes, Vice Speaker Richards.
I'd
you're
like
recognized.
to make a motion to have the roll call reflect Representative Davin Felison.
There's been a motion that the roll call reflect Representative Felison. Are there any objections? Seeing as there are none. Seeing as there are none, motion passes. Representative Quintaniza. Is there a motion? Motion to place the bill on.
Mr. Speaker, I make a motion to place Bill number 21-32 on the second reading file.
There's been a motion to place bill number 21-32 onto the second reading file to discuss. Are there any objections? Seeing as there are none, motion passes. Representative Quintaniza, you may continue. If you're opening.
Bill number 21-32 is a simple bill to remove what is currently an outdated and no longer relevant law from the Guam Code. As you all have a copy before you, you can realize that Chapter 10, Title 19 of the Guam Code Annotated, the Master Apprentice Law, is a bygone law from an old era that allows for minors to be indentured into servitude, something that I believe no one here would like to see standing on the books, and something that I don't think anyone here would like to allow to continue to exist. That's all I have to say on the matter.
Thank you, Representative Quintaniza. Are there any other member who wishes to speak on the main motion? Seeing as there are none, Representative Quintaniza, you're invited to close.
I believe I've said my piece. This law simply needs to be out, and I make the motion to place Bill number 21-32 onto the third reading file.
There's been a motion to place bill number 21-32 onto the third reading file. Are there any objections? Seeing as there are none, motion passes. Are there any other motions? Representative Kennedy, you're recognized.
Mr. Speaker, I motion for a 5-minute recess.
Sure, we are in recess. We're back in session. Representative Kennedy, you're recognized.
Mr. Speaker, I make a motion to place Bill 20-32 onto the session agenda.
There's been a motion to place Bill 20-32 onto the session agenda. Are there any objections? There's been an objection by Representative LeBang. Representative LeBang, you're recognized. Oh,
Can I state objection?
sorry, I've just been advised that it's non-debatable.
Okay.
There's been an objection. All those in favor of placing Bill number 20-32 onto the session agenda, please raise your hand. I'm sorry?
Would I be able to give a brief statement before we make a vote on that?
No. There's been, raise your hand if you wish to place Bill number 20-32 onto the session agenda. Raise them high. Motion fails. We're still on this. We've exhausted all items on our second reading file. Now we'll move on to our second roll call. Representative LeBang, you're recognized.
Mr. Speaker, I make a motion to reflect first roll call to second roll call.
There's been a motion that second roll call reflect first roll call. Are there any objections? Seeing as there are none, motion passes. We're now in the consideration of the daily file, third reading file. Mr. Secretary, if you could read the bill.
Bill number 21-32, introduced by Representative Quintanilla, Speaker Valencia, Representative LeBang, an act to repeal Chapter 10 of Title 19, Guam Code annotated relative to the master and apprentice law and the indentured servitude of minors on Guam.
Roll call, please.
Representative Byron Blas. Representative Byron Blas, aye. Representative Travis Blas. Representative Travis Blas, aye. Representative DeHelig. Representative DeHelig, aye. Representative Dinsman. Representative Dinsman, aye. Representative DeLohan. Representative DeLohan, aye. Representative Garrido. Representative Garrido, aye. Representative LeBang. Representative LeBang, aye. Representative Lorenzo. Representative Lorenzo, aye. I apologize. Representative Felicen. Representative Felicen, aye. Representative Matanani. Representative Matanani, aye. Representative Pareda. Representative Pareda, aye. Representative Kineni. Representative Kineni, aye. Representative Quintanilla. Representative Quintanilla, aye. Representative Richards. Representative Richards, aye. Representative Roque. Representative Roque, aye. Representative Elijah Santos. Representative Elijah Santos, aye. Representative Tyron. Representative Tyron, aye. Representative Trinidad. Representative Trinidad, aye. Representative Valencia, Christian Valencia. Representative Christian Valencia, aye.
Thank you, Mr. Secretary. Bill number 21-32 received 19 ayes, 0 nays, and 7 excused absences, or absent. Bill number 21-32 hereby passes. We're now on, we've exhausted all items in our voting file, and we'll now move on to brief extension of remarks. Any member wish to be recognized? Representative LeBang, you're recognized.
Mr. Speaker, I would just like to explain why I object on moving Bill 20 as of now. So last Saturday, July 13, 2019, the committee in Rome met to set up the agenda for the month of July. the committee has agreed not to place Bill 20, which is a Guam Youth Congress Reform Act. I am a current co-sponsor of the bill, and I share the same sentiment of urgency with this legislation. Members of the committee share many concerns with the bill, and that we decided to consult our island leaders as well as experts that could help us with the bill in a proper manner, which is in a private setting. I, as a co-sponsor of the bill, share the same concerns as a member of the committee, and as well as decided to hold off the bill until we lay our cards and have serious conversation with the people that could make this bill better. I understand the urgency of this bill, but at the same time feels that we step back and reflect on the succeeding step that we should do. As respect and courtesy to the Committee on Rules being given the power to make motion notwithstanding House rule, I chose not to use it to bypass the process. I hope that everyone respects my decision as a leader of the majority. I am still determined that moving forward with this bill, we will be confident to pass it with all concern addressed. Also, moving forward, that we should be cautious and not make a step that we will regret in the future. I ask everyone to come to the table and share your concern regarding this bill so that we pass a measure that will be great and beneficial to our August body. That's all, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Representative LeBang. Any other member wish to be recognized? If none, are there any announcements? Representative Dahilig, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Alpha Days and Mananasi Zeus, everyone. I wish you all a safe and fulfilling weekend as we mark the 75th liberation anniversary for Guam. And in addition to that, I invite you all to the Youth Congress Beautification Project after session as we conduct a brand audit of companies and their trash that pollute our lands and waters. You guys are all invited. Thank you.
Thank you, Representative Dahilig. Any other member wish to speak? Representative Tyron, you're recognized.
I just want to take this time to share an announcement today. So as you know, throughout the month, there have been a lot of festivities for the 75th Liberation. And as I have notified you, for those of you that don't know, there will be public seating at the parade this year. And public bleachers and seating areas for folding chairs can be found in front of the district court in Anigua, in front of the boat basin adjacent to the Chamorro Village, as well as at the end of the parade route and near the grandstand. As well as a lot of our youth have been working hard this summer to practice their monologues based on Chamorro figures throughout history and their experience during the liberation. Such figures include Dr. Rosa Roberto Carter, Carmen Casper Bauer, Vicente Garrido, Congressman Ben Blas, and so much more. So if you have time, it's going to be at the Newman Center right outside of the Naval Base entrance at 2 p.m. Come and support if possible. As well as I just want to take this time and say si Diyos Maasi to everyone that came out for the town hall meeting held at the Tatuha Centers and to the ones following and the one in Wingilao. Thank you. It was great to hear the suggestions made, and it was an awesome opportunity for us to express our voice. Our Manhoban to our Manamku were present, and it was just really beautiful to see a community coming together of all generations, backgrounds, and beliefs. So thank you and happy liberation.
Thank you, Representative Tyron. Any other member wish to be recognized for announcements? Representative De Lohan, you're recognized.
Sorry. Do I just do it? Okay. Since I'm going to be stepping down from my position because my term is going to end soon and I might not be here in August, I actually thought of someone to appoint for chairmanship for the Committee on Taxation and General Government Operations, and that would be Vicente Blas Tahiran, yes. So, yeah, just to let you know.
Okay. Thank you. Representative Tyron, do you have any more announcements?
I'd just like to say thank you to Representative DeLohan, or sorry, Chairperson DeLohan of the Committee on Taxation and General Government Operations for appointing me as the acting chair, and I look forward to working with the committee. I have checked the Orden and Reglamento or standing rules about the what the committee has purview on, and I look forward to working with them, passing resolutions, and please feel free if you have any questions and concerns. Thank you.
Thank you, Representative Tyron. I'd just like to point out that the vice chair of your committee will be in acting capacity once you leave. And then your committee can choose to appoint a new chair. Oh, the body appoints a new chair. Body needs to vote for the new chair. Before that happens, and if you leave, the vice chair is in acting capacity as acting chair. So hopefully, maybe in the next session, we'll take care of that one particular business of vacant chairmanships. Or chairwomanships, I'm sorry. Okay, are there any more announcements? Representative Santos, you're recognized.
Minagaf Ogan, I would like to invite you all to come on down Paseo and join us for the Liberation Carnival. My band, the Phoenix Stars, which is filled with alumni and some currently attending students from Mount Carmel, will be performing there tomorrow evening. There was no given time, but we should be performing around 7.
You're in the Phoenix band?
Not stage band, but Phoenix Stars. It's a Phoenix stage band is like that's the alumni, but there's still some currently attending students
What do you
in our
play?
band. I play the keyboard.
How good are you? Thank you, Representative Santos.
Thank you.
Any other announcements? Representative LeBang.
If there is no announcement, I move to adjourn this session. I move to adjourn this session subject to the call of the speaker.
There's
Sorry.
been a motion to adjourn this session subject to the call of the speaker. Are there any objections? Seeing as there are none, motion passes. We are adjourned.